If you could relive one day in your life, what would it be? Like one, you get what I'm saying. Like if you could relive a day of your life, which one would it be and why?
Oh my god. These are like so interesting questions. Wow.
Yeah, you were worried. You were like, oh, what is
Yeah,
this
I was
question
like,
gonna
oh
be
my
like?
god, what is he gonna ask me?
Nah, these are good conversations. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another interview and or podcast episode where today we have longtime friend Ariela Fischer on here.
Say my name properly.
Ariela Fischer on here. How you doing? What's
Hey.
up? Appreciate you coming on. What made you want to come on?
Well, not really much. I mean, we've kind of had this plan for a little bit from now, so I mean, I'm in town for a little bit, so I might as well just come on and just say hi.
Okay. What is new in your life? Floor is yours. Wherever you'd like to share.
I mean, not really much is new. Obviously, just got off of college semester. Everything's fine, you know. Life's good.
And how was your semester?
So far, so good. Can't complain. Yeah.
Do you want to add any details in there, or is it just gonna leave
I
it
mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I was really busy. I ended up getting a board position for one of the organizations that I'm involved in on Hillel, or on campus. So yeah.
And you were at Valencia with me for a little bit. So what made you want to go with that change of scenery, and how do you like Boca?
Ooh, good question. Well, kind of. So here's the shtick.
Do tell.
So originally I had, back when we just graduated, I had kind of like this idea that I was just gonna go straight to FAU.
Okay.
And when I did for a semester, and then obviously like I wasn't necessarily used to college yet, and this, that, whatever, and let's just say I was a little too far from home, per se, where I just kind of wanted to come back, and then I did Valencia, and it was great. I ended up passing everything, thank God. Did really well, and then after that, then I already had my heart set on coming back to Boca eventually, and it just happened to work out the way that it did.
And what are you majoring in?
Judaic Studies with a minor in PR and marketing.
Okay. And do you have any hobbies or interests that you want to share?
Well, kind of like I said, I'm in this organization, so I'm the Vice President of Internal Social Programming, so anything that happens within the building goes through me, which is very exciting because now we're getting a new renovation for the whole building, for everything, so I'm excited to use the stuff. But like a hobby per se would definitely be like organizing and planning and making sure everything's organized for like specific events. And I know that's kind of like a lame hobby for some people, but for me, I really enjoy it. So
What do you want to do for a career, though?
I want to work for a Jewish nonprofit organization in the marketing field.
Okay. Do you remember our first interaction, and what was your first impression of me?
Oh my god, this was a long time ago.
You remember
though.
our first interaction?
I think so, yeah.
No way. All right, please
But
share.
it was like
Oh
first
no.
grade.
Yeah. Obviously,
It
we
was
know
like
each other for like
literally,
long
I think
time.
you like moved in like first grade or something.
Yeah.
Right?
But,
Am
yeah,
I getting
I
that
did.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what? Oh God, what was our first interaction, and what was your first impression, though?
I don't know. I think you just moved, and I think what teacher were you with?
First
What
grade?
did you have, Snyder?
For first grade or
Yeah,
second? First
first
grade, I
grade.
had Gifford. Second grade, I had McBride.
Oh,
I was like, well, no,
you're
I was like,
so right.
I was like end of first grade, I believe, beginning of second grade, like that summer, kind of. You know what I
You're
mean?
so right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the thing is you and I didn't really have a class together, and we only
No.
kind of saw each other during recess. So I mean, and considering how much I hated recess at the time,
Why'd you hate recess?
I don't know. I just didn't like it. It was just boring.
What'd you do during it?
I don't know. I just went on the swing or something stupid.
How does a kid not like recess?
I mean, at the time I did, but like, you know what I mean. It's just like it wasn't like my favorite part of elementary school.
Recess is the best part of the day when you're a kid. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just didn't love it.
All right,
Um,
continue.
I don't know. It was weird. But I vividly remember I was trying to get on a swing, and you're like, well, I wanted to go. I don't remember what it was, but we were fighting over something on the playground, either the monkey bars or something like that. And then you and I kind of said something because had said something, and you're like, shut up.
We were fighting over something?
Yeah. Well, you and like were like having a conversation, and was like, Ariela, shut up. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what is going on? And then you were like, yeah, why are you getting upset with her? She didn't do anything. Do you remember that?
So I
It was
stood
something
up
on
for
the
you.
playground. It was something on the playground, and you like said something, and I was like, "Who the is this?" You just moved.
So wait. So also cursing is not encouraged.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. We
But I
can
was like,
blur it out.
who is
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, who is this guy?
Um,
Because you had just moved. I didn't know you. Everybody was like, oh yeah, there's a new kid, Jake. I was like, okay,
so I stood up for you.
yeah, I know, gentleman, right?
All right. Favorite Jake memory of all time. It could be elementary, middle, high school. Now, whatever you have, what is your favorite? You can only pick one. What's your favorite
I
Jake
can
memory
only
of all
pick
time?
one.
I know it's hard. I'm such an icon, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait.
You can take a second to think. It's
I
fine.
will. I
Yeah,
will. Oh my god, this is insane. We've known each other for so long. To just
Known each
pick
other for a long
one
time.
is like actually so insane.
You can't pick like just one. Like you can't like your heart's not just set on one. Like just give me like a fun moment or a favorite one of your favorite moments if it's too hard.
I think it was like last year, honestly, when you and I we went out for like ice cream or something, you know, just as friends do,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
catch up.
Yeah.
And, or maybe it was at lunch. I don't remember, but we went out just to catch up because you and I hadn't really like talked much for like a fat minute since like high school ended.
Yeah.
And then after that, then we went out to grab food or something because we do. And
We're fat.
yeah, literally.
we're big people.
And I want to say that it just lasted for like 4 hours. Like, or we just yapped for 4 hours.
We did yap
just
a
about
long
like
time once.
literally about everything. It was just insane.
Kinda, yeah.
And then we like yapped in the restaurant, and then we went to your car, and then we were just sitting out in front of my house, just yapping
Just
in the
yapping,
car
yeah,
for like
yeah.
another 3 hours, and then I walk home. I walk inside, and my dad was like, "Where have you been?" And I was like, "I was just talking with Jake," and he was like, "Well, what do you mean you were just talking with Jake? You left like 4 or 5 hours ago." I was like, "Yeah, well."
Yeah, we did talk for a
yapped
while.
so
I remember
long
we did.
that time. I don't remember what we were talking about. It was just some stupid thing that was going on, but it was like insane.
That's your favorite moment though, or like,
Yeah,
you would say your
probably.
favorite moment? Okay. I thought you were gonna
Probably.
go with something like stupid that I
Well,
said or did.
there's a
or
whole bunch of other stupid things that you say and do, but for the sake of like, I think that's when like our friendship went from like stupid stuff and like childish stuff to like now like mature adult.
I would say so.
You know what I mean?
So.
I feel like
Okay.
that would be like the turning point between that.
All right. What are your questions? What do you got? Then I'll ask mine.
Okay.
But I'll let you go first. I'll let you get some questions in.
Hang on. Give me 1 second to pull it up. All right. Okay. I think a lot of people know that you graduated, so I wanted to see how does it feel to be graduated and where are you going from here?
Oh, that's a good question. It feels good. To be graduated. Honestly though, I gotta say like, cause there wasn't a rehearsal for Valencia's graduation. So I was like, kind of like, this is gonna be so chaotic. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be like unorganized, but it was actually really good. Like you wrote your name, or yeah, you wrote your name on the card. You picked it up on campus, then you showed them your card, and you lined up in the order you got there. It wasn't like alphabetical or anything.
Weird.
Yeah, and then the guy came around and he was like, hey, if you have a name that's like hard to pronounce or a last name or whatever, like, you know, make sure you spell it out, right. But also like give it to me and like tell me how to spell it and I'll like make a note on your thing. So like my last name is spelled Lemieux, right?
Mhm.
So like my high school graduation, the lady
Lemix.
pronounced it, yeah, she was
Lemix.
like Lemix or whatever, and I was just like, what? So like,
I remember that during
yes,
the rehearsal too. It
dude.
was really funny.
And then so he but he like wrote on it, he was like French. I was like, yeah, like not a lot of people get that. So he wrote down like French and he was like Jake Lemieux, and I was like,
oh my god.
so proper
I know,
though.
he
I
said
was
it so
like,
fancy
so
too. I was
fancy.
like, what
I was
is
like,
going
what
on?
a guy. But they had like a lot of people doing the names, like they would switch on and off because like everyone would get tired, and then at the
Oh
end
my
like
God.
the final name, like everyone like jumped up and down and hugged, and we were all like, yay, because like there were a lot of names to read, and like the one guy was like, I think he was retiring, that was his last, they said like
Oh,
that
really?
was it, like, so he can rest his vocal
Where
cords
was
now.
it?
UCF. Yeah. And where am I going from here? Yeah, UCF.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you automatically transfer through?
Yeah, I transferred
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What class did you take in the fall?
Well, I'm majoring in media production and management. As far as my
Of course.
specific classes, though, not quite sure yet. They got my transcripts, so once like they
Oh, they're finalizing.
once they're
everything.
finalizing it, yeah.
Got
So
it.
like once they finalize it, then I meet with I make an appointment on campus, and I go from there. So, yeah.
Cool.
All right, what's the next one? But yeah, no, shout out to Valencia. That was fun. That was actually a fun graduation.
Yeah?
Yeah, and the
Was it
Valencia,
better than high school?
it was smoother than high school. That's
No
for
way.
sure.
And they
Oh, I
didn't have a
promise. They
rehearsal
didn't have a
too?
rehearsal in
That's
it.
insane.
They knew what they were doing. I was like, cause like I'm like, oh no, like
Yeah,
it's
of
good.
course.
Everyone's
It's stupid. Nobody knows what they're doing.
yeah,
Like,
no, but no, they got it. Like they
really?
got it. And the Valencia vice president was nice,
Really?
or president, the Valencia president. Yeah, you know she makes $320,000 a year.
For being president?
She does good.
Oh,
Yeah, but she was a nice lady. I liked her. I fist bumped her.
of course you did.
She gave
Of
the
course
option.
you did.
She gave the option of a social distance wave. She gave the option of a handshake.
A handshake.
A handshake. I'm doing the motions. A handshake, a Puma hug, or a fist bump.
A Puma hug?
Because they're the Valencia Pumas. Or the Pumas.
Wow.
I think she called it a Puma hug.
Wow.
But those are my
Panthers,
options.
no?
So no, the Puma actually came out. Like he came out and he was like in his like
mascot?
costume. Yeah, the mascot, and he was like in his costume and he was like waving. And I was like, oh my god, it's the Puma. And he looked more like pinkish than like red.
Weird.
Yeah. I don't even know who it is. I was told it's like a student.
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, but, like,
it's
I
not
don't-
gonna be like an adult dressed as like a.
Miss Bradley was the Viper at first, though.
Oh yeah, that's
Remember
true.
in high school,
I
so.
do remember that.
All right.
Okay, this is a very broad question.
Okay,
You
what's
can
up?
answer it however you want.
All right, what's up?
But for some of the viewers,
Uh-huh.
what's your love life looking like?
Oh my god. Nothing right now, man. There is no Miss JL right now. No,
No?
no Mrs. JL. So
Wow.
right now we're riding solo, and
Yeah?
we're focusing on ourselves and our own goals we have for ourselves, and
Period. Pop
that's
off.
kind of where that's at right now.
Pop
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. So sorry to disappoint people if they were expecting a Mrs. JL, but
A Mrs. JL
Mrs.
right now is insane.
a Mrs. JL, but it's not happening right now. At least not at the moment.
That's actually so insane though. And then the last one's it's kind of niche,
Okay.
but you can pick someone either alive or dead.
Ooh, okay. I think I know
But
where you're
if
going with this.
there
Yeah.
was a zombie apocalypse
don't know where you're going with this.
breakout,
Yeah.
who is one person, and you can only pick one person that would help you survive it.
Oh my god.
I
don't
know,
know.
it's a very specific question.
You
but
definitely wouldn't.
of course not. Of course not. I would be literally the worst person to take.
Dead or alive, who would I want to help me survive a zombie apocalypse? Is that right? Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
question.
But it's only one person. You can only
Only
pick
one person.
But you have to survive. Like they have to have enough skill for you to be able to survive it.
And
It's
what-
not like whoever you want
What
to
would
just
what would the skill be though? Would it be like strength? Would
Whatever.
it be
like think of like you actually in a zombie apocalypse. Like who would you pick that you know 100% you're gonna survive because you have this person?
I'm gonna go Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Really? Why?
I like the Rock. I don't know.
The
He's
Rock
just
is cool.
he's a nice guy, but like when he wants to be intense, he can be intense. Like, you know, and
Jumanji shit.
and yes, Jumanji. I don't know if you saw Red One, the Christmas movie, but he was very
Red
like
Notice?
and Red Notice, yeah, but he's very like but he's very like when he needs to be. So I'm gonna go with the Rock. Shout out the Rock.
Okay.
I would love for
Right on.
the Rock to save me. Either the Rock or John Cena. I just need like a big like.
So you think that strength will outnumber logic?
Well, he's also like wide, so like he can like
Right.
stop the zombie apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like,
You're gonna set him out to die? in order for you to
no.
survive?
He wouldn't. No, he was like I would trust him to survive.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying who would help you to like win, like to survive.
I'll still say the Rock.
Period.
I'm gonna go with the Rock. I like the
Right
Rock.
on.
The Rock also has life experience.
Right.
All right.
Right on. Those are my questions.
All right. Those are very good questions and unique questions. All right. What is a good life lesson that you've learned within these past few years that has helped you evolve as a person?
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Look at you and all these questions.
We're in deep conversations
Yeah,
here.
we are. Well, my mom always has told me that kind of like this phrase you're saying, it's not necessarily a life lesson per se, but it's more of just a phrase or a saying that I kind of just live by.
Yeah.
And it's if someone does something once that upsets you, it's a mistake. Second time, it's a choice. And the third time, it's just blatant disrespect. So I live my life with that motto, and anything like anybody that does me wrong, like I'll give them 3 chances. And obviously after that, then they just don't care. And then that just
Wow.
is what it is.
So basically it becomes a pattern once it hits 3.
Yeah, literally. Because after that, then it's just disrespect. And if they actually cared about you, they would have fixed it. Or at least attempted to.
Fair point.
You know what I mean?
I do. If you could relive one day in your life, what would it be? Like one. You get what I'm saying. Like if you could relive a day of your life, which one would it be and why?
Oh my god. These are like so interesting questions. Wow.
Yeah, you were worried. You were like, oh, what is
Yeah,
this
I was
question
like,
gonna
oh
be
my
like?
god, what is he gonna ask me?
Nah, these are good conversations.
I want to say my high school graduation,
Really?
but at the same time, only because I was so excited to get out of there.
Okay, but like,
Um,
no, like, give me one that you'd for sure pick. You know
it
what I
would
mean?
probably have to be like one of those like where I was just traveling and I was just with my family and I was just having a good time. Like, I don't know, my family travels a lot, so it definitely would have to be like where all my family was in town, where I would just hang out with my family and just have a good time while also exploring overseas. I can't really
Okay.
pick like a specific time, but it was definitely like one of those like family vacay travel
Yeah, yeah,
abroad
yeah.
overseas because I love traveling and I love like exploring and seeing all of these other cultures and all of that stuff. So like it would definitely, and especially I love my family more than anything. So it would definitely have to be the combination of those two.
Do you have a specific day of which you traveled, like a specific place that you went to, or not really? You
Probably
just are
Rome.
kind of. Oh, okay.
Probably when I went to Italy.
Okay.
I also really loved Croatia.
Okay.
London was cool.
All right, so I obviously have to ask some sort of sports question, but I do. I have to ask some sort of sports question, but give me your favorite Super Bowl halftime show.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I always say for sports with halftime shows that they have categories between each one.
Oh boy, you're about to break it down. Aren't
I am
you?
about to break it down.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the first category is popularity of the audience.
Okay.
So like Katy Perry during her 2015, 13?
I don't know. The 20 teens were different, man.
Yeah, it was.
I love the 20 teens.
But like, if you think about it,
Childhood.
Katy Perry was at her peak. She was at Roar. Everybody was. It was on the radio. It was insane. Like the popularity between
Dark Horse.
Her, right.
Oh, Dark Horse is good.
She came out on a lion, on a literal lion.
No, that was
walking
different.
That's what I'm saying. So it's popular, and at that time, when you think about Katy Perry, at that time, she conquered the 2010s. That's it. She just conquered it.
She did.
So that's the first category. Then it's stunts and what she did, because every artist has a different way of like how they do things, and Katy Perry, the goddess that she is like on a lion. Literally.
She's on a pedestal.
Yeah,
But she's
right.
just.
She's like insane.
Okay.
And like some other people too, like if you think about the Weeknd's one, like he had insane like sets and stuff like that. Like all of that stuff is like insane.
That was only like a couple of years ago, right?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he also did an amazing job too.
Mm-hmm.
The camera shots were a little dizzy though, I will have to say, for the Weeknd. But I mean, you get it. The point's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say the third category of it is just like whether or not people just like their music. And whether or not a lot of people can relate to their music. Because I know when like there's like SZA coming on, like this last halftime show, SZA came on and my dad was like, "Who is that?" I don't know who that is. And of course my lovely dad is like, I don't listen to any of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it just depends
yeah.
on like, cause I don't know.
But if you had a favorite like halftime
Katy
show,
Perry.
it would be Katy
Probably
Perry.
Katy Perry.
Okay.
Or Bruno Mars.
Well, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars is insane.
Okay. Now, we know you're a Swiftie.
Oh God.
So, were you shocked that she got booed as loudly as she did at the Super Bowl, this past Super Bowl?
Shocked?
Yeah, I was shocked. I did not expect them to boo her like that. I was like, dang. Because, like, you saw her on the Jumbotron. She was like, I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, were you shocked?
Well, here's the thing. I like Taylor Swift, don't get me wrong, and I think that some of her music is really good. Am I into everything that she has to do? No.
But you are a Swiftie, though, right?
I'm a fan of hers.
But you wouldn't classify yourself as a Swiftie.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Because, like, to be a Swiftie, you have to, like, have posters, be hardcore, go to
No,
concerts, right?
I don't have any of that. I just think some of her music is good.
But that is the definition of a Swiftie, right?
No.
What is the definition of a Swiftie? Am I getting confused? Because
Not
like,
necessarily. I mean, it's that, but then it's also like going to every concert, going to having posters and albums.
That's
and all
what I
that.
said.
But I don't have any of that.
right, but that, but I'm saying, but I'm saying like that would be the definition of a Swiftie, is if you're like obsessed like that. But you're
But I'm
saying
not obsessed
right,
like
okay,
that.
okay. But I was just asking as a general, because like if you said you had like Bieber fever back in 2012,
Oh, I didn't either.
you had Bieber fever.
No.
Okay. All right.
No, but like I don't own any posters. I don't have any like discs or albums or anything.
Okay.
Like I don't have a T-shirt of Taylor Swift. Like,
Okay.
I like some of her albums. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's just I'm not gonna go out of my way to go see
You're not gonna
Taylor's
go cray
concert.
cray for her.
No.
Okay, okay.
But do I think back to the question? Do I think that
Yeah, were
was
you
I
shocked?
surprised
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
it? Yes.
I was.
Yes
too.
and no at the same time. Because if you think about it, like Taylor Swift also was a lot of people was very upset about her dating Travis Kelce in the first place. So to say that I didn't expect it would also be a lie. But to say that it was shocking for me, like it's true. Like I was partially shocked, but also I kind of expected it at the same time.
You know, Travis was a quarterback in college.
Really?
Yeah, he was a quarterback in college, and like he, gotten some stuff off the field or whatever. So he was removed from the team, and he walked into the coach's office. He's like, "Please, please, please, like give me another shot." And you know Jason, right? His brother.
Yeah.
Like the he
Yeah,
just looks like a fun
he's
dad.
so funny.
Yeah, yeah. He was like he walked in the coach's office. He was like, "Please, like give my brother another chance. Like he's a good kid.
Right.
He messed up. He did something wrong." And then they asked Travis like, "Do you want to play tight end?" And he was like, "I don't even care what you have me do right now. Like I just want to play football." And like now he's like
Aw.
now he's one of the greatest tight ends
Yeah,
ever.
now he's insane.
I was like, that's crazy though. Like
Even
what a
everybody
story.
knows him. Like
No,
I'm
like,
not even like the biggest football fan either, and I still
Yeah, even if you don't watch football, you kind of just you know him.
yeah.
All right, I've got one more question for you before we wrap this thing up. What goals are you looking to accomplish in the future, and what makes these goals significant and important to you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I want to say my goals is just to be like accomplished, like just to not even just to be accomplished, but just to feel successful. Like when I have self goals for myself, obviously. Like everybody tries to strive to be better.
Right.
But I'm saying more out of just like specific stuff for me. It's like I want to be able to make sure that I'm keeping up with my grades, keeping up with like anything else that I have to do, keeping up with friends, and maintaining like my board position now, and making sure that everything is running smoothly in the way that it has to. I don't think that there's necessarily like a set goal in mind, but it's just more of just being more well-rounded.
Okay.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like just making sure that I'm doing amazing in everything already, but I want to be even better.
You just want to like be the best you can in every single phase of
Yeah.
your life, basically.
Because if not, like then something's lacking, and then you're not really working as hard as you can.
That's fair.
And I'm one of those people that like I'm gonna work 110% of everything that I do if I care about it. So I'm gonna try as hard as I can to be as successful as I can in everything. I also think being well-rounded also, like, you gain a lot more from it than anything else, really.
I ask everybody that question.
You know
Some
what
of
I
the
mean?
replies are interesting. I've gotten a few different replies, but yeah, that's a
Is
good
that
one though.
interesting?
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. Most people actually, it's interesting because like most people don't give me like I usually end it with that, but like most people don't give me like a set goal like you like kind of give me like I just want to like hopefully do this, this, and this, and I want to like be the best version of myself. Like I think Maria said something like, what'd she say? She explained, and at the end she was like, I want to live like a happy life or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we both were like, well, I don't think anyone wants to like live a
Sad life.
bad life.
Right.
Yeah, like we were just like, yeah, but yeah.
But I mean,
so.
that also is a good answer, too.
Yeah, that's
I
a good
mean,
answer too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fair. I just am trying to be as good as I can be with everything, at least
for sure.
to my capacity, at least.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Good luck on your future endeavors.
You too.
Appreciate you sitting down with me. This was fun.
Yeah,
Glad
this
you got to
was
sit
fun.
down with me. We're out.
Bye.